we tell all our fighters, you guys are fighting for big money, and promoters are laying out big money. Get yourself vaccinated so you don't contact the COVID. Now, you take the two fighters here. Fury is totally vaccinated, and I talked with Shelley Finkel a little while ago, and he said that Wilder's been fully vaccinated, and their corners have been vaccinated. That's taking responsibility.
What's good, family? Smash the like button and subscribe. So we just heard there from Bob, 90-year-old Arum. Wow, airing out his own man's Tyson Fury. And again, what have I told you, man, about these lying dons? These lying script writing dons are going out super sad right now. Their scripts. Listen, the MTK script writer. You best believe you're going to be sacked. In fact, I've heard you've been sacked already. The man who writes these scripts, you know the ones where. In fact, you know what? Let me give you, man, a history lesson of the MTK scripts of the last year. Let's not forget. What do we know? John Fury, Tyson Fury, Fish Eyes Warren, and Bob Arum. Back in March, earlier this year, what was they all saying? Oh well, no fans, C-19, regulations, unification can't happen, it can't happen because of regulations. They was all saying that for about 6 months, from January to June, May. They were saying the AJ fight can't happen because of regulations. That was a script, 2-2s. This new script came out. Tyson Fury can't fight Wilder because he's now it's not. You ever notice this? All of the scripts they've been using, they've all focused around the hit piece news. What is the hit piece news? Or what has the hit piece news been of the last 12 months? C-19, of course. Is it a coincidence that Tyson Fury's team, opportunists as we know they are, opportunists as we know they are, is it a coincidence the opportunists are using the biggest opportunity of the last 100 years? C-19. I don't think so. Tyson, when are you going to fight AJ? Oh, well, the regulations. No fan. That's what they said for the longest time. Now, Tyson Fury, when are you going to fight Wilder? Oh, well, I've got C-19. That's the latest one now. We went from 6 months of, we can't because of regulations, and, we just don't know, the future's uncertain. Now, we've got a fight booked for July 24th, and it's, no longer is it the regulations that the problem, it's the fact I've actually got it. Oops. Okay, then you've got it. Bob Arum, unfortunately, as I tried to explain to you, man, these script writing dons, they're not three-dimensional. They don't even know what they've said out of their own mouths. So you've got the script writer, the MTK shield on script writer, telling all of Tyson Fury's team and ESPN and Bob Arum to report that they've got a new strain, they've got a new uber vicious, uber contractuary, uber spreader, super spreader strain, super potent strain in the camp, which has licked down 10 man. And not only has it licked down 10 man, but it's licked down 10 man for 4 months. For the 4 months it's going to take for us to reschedule this rematch. Because other sports people, they're back in 2-3 weeks. No problem. Yeah? Tyson Fury was bouncing off the walls on Wednesday. And then he was allegedly knocked for 6 for 4 months on Thursday. Football coming home. Coming home. So what's that Fury was doing? Bouncing off the walls he was, chanting. And then he's been knocked for 4 months apparently. That's interesting. But I'm happy to go along with that. What I'm not happy to go along with is, if you want me to accept Tyson Fury was chanting on Wednesday night and 15 hours later he was knocked for 4 months from the C-19, what I'm not going to accept is that he was done so, or he has done so, having been fully vaccinated. That doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You can't be fully vaccinated and be knocked for the worstest. Does that make sense? Fair enough if they said, well, he's been fully vaccinated, but he's got it and it's mild. That's how it's supposed to go, by the way. If you've had it already, yeah, or if you've had the shots already, you've been given a certain level of resistance. So only a few pagan things get through, if that makes sense. Your body's already built up 90% of the resistance. So you don't get knocked for 4 months. If anything, someone from Fury's point of view, he'd probably be out for a week. Now, I can see how being out for a week can put you back a month, probably. But even then, what do we mean by out for a week? Fury wouldn't be fully out for a week. He'd probably have to take it easy for a week. And actually, having said that, guess what? Fury wasn't taking it easy on the Wednesday, when he would have likely had it. It's not like you can't contract it on the Thursday and be tested on the Thursday and it's going to show up. I don't believe. It's going to take time for your viral load to increase, so your numbers are showing. For example, you're not going to contract the first cell of virus on the Thursday and then an hour later test yourself and be positive. It's going to take a day or two for your viral load to get boosted up. So Fury would have, if we're to believe this story, Fury would have had to have had it on that Wednesday when he was bouncing off the walls. Oh, football's coming home. Oh, it's coming home. Oh, it's coming home. Oh, coming football. Oh, giving it all that he was. Yeah, 100%. You heard it, Mister knocked for 4 months. From the super scary strain, the new super scary variant, yeah? The Tyson Scary variant, knocked you for 4 months. Wrote off 10-year-old man in your camp. How's that possible if you've been shot up twice with the cabal juice? Don't make no sense. Yeah? So, what they've done now is, they've realised, oops, and now they've backtracked. Oh, well, actually, no word of a lie. Now the new. This is, again, shows how sloppy they are. Rather than just saying, the best thing to do here would have been just to say, well, yeah, he's had all the shots, but we've just been unlucky. Instead, they start sweating, and now they've countered and said, well, actually no, we checked the logs, and he's only had 1 shot, not the full 2. So, there we are, guys. The sloppiest looking script writers. Oh, yeah, well, no, yeah, you told us he'd been fully done. And then in fact, to give what Bob Arum said even more credibility, Bob Arum goes on to say, I even spoke to Shelley Winkle about it, about him and Wilder. Does that make sense? So it's one thing for Bob Arum to say, yeah, Tyson Fury's been fully shot up. It's another thing to say, yeah, he's been fully shot, and I had a conversation to Shelley Winkle about it, meaning that for you to have a conversation about something, that gives it more weight. It gives it more weight that it's actually real. If that makes sense, because where would Bob have got that information from? For Bob to sit there and tell someone else about it, where did he get that? Innit? Where did he get that Fury had been fully vaccinated from then? It's not one of them ones where, well, Bob just said it was, and you know what I mean? For Bob to have been confident enough to sit there and have a conversation about has Wilder been shot? Has Fury been shot? And in fact, Bob even says here, oh, it's really important. We've got millions of dollars on the line. So for all these factors that, from this little clip here, add up to support the notion or to support the idea that Fury has indeed had double shots. Instead, they want us to believe that, oh no, the information that you was debating with Shelley Winkle about was false, and it's not important for fighters and that there isn't millions of dollars on the line, and that it's not important for fighters to be fully shot, isn't it? That's what you're basically saying then. So Bob's sitting here telling us that it's really important for fighters to be shot and everything else. That's all lies then. And you want us to believe that Bob was wrong then, and now he's right. Oh, I was wrong then. No, I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense. What makes sense is Fury's been fully shot. And the worst thing is there was some goofy Fury fans telling me, oh, but YB, you know, oh, Tyson Fury, oh, he's a traveller, and they don't work with the government. Yeah? Oops. Oh, he's a traveller, he don't work with the government. Well, he does, because he's had one of them. So, again, that doesn't even work. You sloppy Fury fans, you Tyson Scary fans, who thought you were smart. Your team, your mans are so sloppy, telling so many lies, they don't know where the truth would even be now. They're that deep into it, they don't even know what part of the truth they need to be telling. Because they've already admitted to having won. So, that don't work, does it? About him not working with the government. And to be honest, from what I'm hearing now, are you even allowed to travel without it? Pretty sure you're not allowed to travel unless you've had both the juices inside you. In fact, that is true. Because my dad's going on holiday, and you can't travel unless you've been super juiced. So what are they saying then? So what? Explain that, please. You have to have double shot before you go. Yeah? Like a battle. Make you grab your ankles twice and put a quick shot up your backside. No doubt, 100%. Yeah? So what is it? You want us... Oh, wait a minute. You want us to believe that... Oh, no. And even that, to be fair. So this is the thing. It's all BS, man. Bottom line is, Tyson Fury's been fully vaccinated. And he hasn't got it. They're just clutching at straws. If this isn't the definition of clutching at straws, I don't know what it is. They're messy looking. These scripts are messy. He's had double and it's all great and we got money. We need to protect the money and oops, oh no, actually he's only had one and wow, you man are desperate right now. Fury, Tyson Scary, rather than trying to make people believe that there was The Walking Dead season 11 going on in your camp, what you need to do is come out and say, listen guys, rather than convince everyone that there's some new super scary variant called the Tyson Scary variant and yeah, I was in camp and it ended up looking like The Walking Dead season 11 in there, and rather than do all that, just come out and be honest. You know what guys, I was going to send you man on a wild goose chase about how we've got Hollywood script writers begging to buy our camp story of begging to buy our The Walking Dead season 11 type, begging to buy the rights to our camp story because it was super violent in there. Yeah, super viral in there, no doubt, super viral. Like I told you, man, The Walking Dead directors and script writing dons are begging to acquire the rights to the camp story. All the viral things going on in the camp, no doubt. Rather than try and convince the fans that, I'm going to come out and say, listen, truth is, I am one scary looking ass Don. In fact, I am the scariest looking ass. Scariest, no doubt. There's not even a little bit I'm not scary about. And that's why I don't want no smoke with Deontay Wilder. I don't want, in fact, any smoke I may have wanted with Wilder, I definitely don't want none of AJ. That's what you need to do right now. Yeah? Because you're going out super sad anyway. And every day that goes by, the YB's foot just pivots a few centimeters every day. Yeah? On his heel. Just imagine that for a second. Your neck here is right up inside the YB's foot. And every day or two, that foot just pivots on his heel towards the ground. Before you know it, there ain't going to be... Listen, the YB's... what do they call it? The ball of YB's foot is going to be flat on the floor. No doubt. Parallel with the floor. And your neck going to be... Listen, there won't even be a little bit of air going into it. So what you need to do is, before we get to that point, before the YB's foot's fully on your neck, you need to come out and own it. Because you're looking sloppy anyway. Truth is, apart from the very few goofy fans you've got, everyone knows anyway. Everyone knows. Do you know why they know? Because everyone listens to the YB. And I told you a few days ago now. And I'll tell you one more time. Tyson Fury, categorically, is the scariest looking ass fighter in history. There's never been a fighter, not a champion, he's not a champion. It's too scary to be a champion. Tyson Fury is the most fearful and the most nervous and anxious fighter ever to be. There's never been someone who shits himself as much as Tyson Fury. He literally, his knees just are caved in. Yeah? He stays wearing a nappy. Because he's so shook. I've never met a man so shook. Genuinely now. We thought Wilder was bad. Let's not forget, Wilder spent years avoiding AJ. Fighting bums. But at least, Wilder, whatever bums he fought, he committed to fighting them. Fury will sign to fight a bum and then pull out and run off somewhere. Get lost somewhere, running off. At least whatever Wilder signed up for, he's fulfilled. Fury don't even believe in himself to do what he signed up for. Does that make sense? You got to be one scary looking ass dude. Fury's scared of doing what he signed up to do. Wow, that's bad. That's like looking in the mirror. That's like being scared of your... You know what I'm saying? Imagine agreeing to do something and then being scared of doing it. That for me is the same as looking in the mirror and being scared of the reflection. You decided to sign the fight. Why are you pulling out? Unless you're scared of yourself. That's what it comes down to. You're scared of what you see in the mirror. You are a scary looking ass. That's what it is, 100%. Bob Arum exposed Tyson Fury. Yeah? You've been fully juiced, no doubt. There is no C-19, you're lying. You're just scared down to your boots of Wilder. That's what it is. The quicker you come to terms with that, the better. And I hate to break it to you, because there's a lot of Tyson Scary fans who say, "Oh, Obi, what do you mean? How is it possible? He beat Wilder." I don't care. That's the thing. That's the thing you man don't get. The bottom line is, the fight was scheduled for July 24th. That's it. I don't care about, oh, but he needs more time in the camp. Who thought that? Didn't no one ask him to be partying with Adrian Broner? Didn't no one ask him to book the fight for July 24th and sign it? Didn't no one ask for him to put out a goofy video saying, oh well, look, I'm signing it? He put a video out saying he's signing it, doing all of it. No one asked him to do any of them things. So when you did do that, when you did commit to July 24th, that's it. And if you didn't fulfill July 24th, you are a scary looking ass. And the worst thing is, he didn't even delay it for a month. 4 months is what we're hearing right now. And conveniently, that 4 months is after the 90-day date. Which is the initial date the boss man judge gave him. Which says exactly what Fury's thinking is. Fury's always trying to weasel out of things. He loves it. He loves weaseling out of his charity obligations. He loves all of it. He loves being a weasel. He loves robbing money from his fans. Trying to sell NFTs and cryptos. Rubbish crypto stonks. No doubt.